Right. Diving into something pretty important today.
Yeah.
It's women's health.
Yeah.
We got this article you sent in all about osteoporosis prevention.
Oh, very good.
From Be Aware, Empowering Women's Health.
Okay.
Strengthening Your Bones. That's the title.
Right.
I think a lot of people, myself included, we don't think about bone health till later in life.
Right. Right.
But this article's saying we got to start early.
It does. It really makes a case for that. Yeah.
So why don't you tell us, what's the deal with osteoporosis?
Well, so it's often called the silent disease
Oh.
because you don't know it's happening.
Really?
Bone loss is gradual, no symptoms. You might not know till there's a fracture.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
It's happening and you don't even realize.
Exactly. That's why prevention is so important.
So how many people does this actually affect?
Millions of women.
Wow.
And it can really impact their lives.
You mentioned prevention. This article talks about peak bone mass.
Yes.
Women reach it in their 20s and 30s.
Right. In those years.
What does that even mean? Why is that important?
So peak bone mass is like the max bone density you'll ever have.
Okay.
It's like filling up a bank account.
Right.
You deposit early, you've got more later.
I get it.
So those years, your 20s and 30s, that sets you up for better bone health as you get older.
So if you don't build enough, then
You're more at risk later on.
for osteoporosis.
Yeah, exactly.
And even after you reach that peak bone mass,
Right.
it's still changing
Right. Absolutely.
over time.
Bone is always remodeling.
What does that mean?
It breaks down old bone, builds new bone.
Oh, so it's constantly
It's dynamic, yeah.
wow,
So we got to support that process, not just when we're young.
throughout life.
The whole time, yeah.
Okay, so what kind of things affect bone health?
The article mentions family history.
Right.
That's a big one.
So if your mom or grandma had it,
Your risk goes up, yeah.
but it's not just that, right?
No, it's not just genes.
Okay. Lifestyle choices matter too.
Like what?
Smoking, too much alcohol, those can lead to bone loss.
What about like physical signs? Anything we can look out for?
Yeah, losing height,
Oh, really?
developing a stooped posture,
I didn't realize.
those can be warnings.
Hmm.
Back pain, especially lower back, that's another one.
I get back pain all the time. Doesn't mean I have osteoporosis, does it?
Well, it's important to remember that those are just risk factors,
Right.
not guarantees.
Yeah.
But knowing your risks helps you take those preventive steps.
So it's like a heads up.
Exactly. Information is power.
One thing that really fascinated me in the article
Yeah.
was gut health, like our gut microbiome.
Oh,
It can affect how well we absorb calcium.
Yeah, that's pretty cutting edge research,
Really?
but it's really fascinating.
Mm.
Seems those bacteria in our gut,
Uh-huh.
they play a part in how we use nutrients,
Okay.
including calcium.
Wow.
So a healthy gut might actually mean stronger bone.
Our bodies are so interconnected. They really are, yeah.
Like everything affects everything else.
That's why a holistic approach to health is so important.
Right, you can't just focus on one thing and hope for the best.
Exactly.
So knowing all this, what can we actually do to protect our bones?
Well, a big one is diet.
Makes sense.
The article really emphasizes calcium and vitamin D.
Right, the building blocks, basically.
Exactly, the foundation.
But what if you're like me, not a big milk drinker
Yeah.
or lactose intolerant?
There are other ways to get those nutrients, absolutely.
Like what?
Leafy greens,
Oh, really?
kale, spinach,
I wouldn't have guessed.
and so many foods are fortified these days.
But fortified with?
Calcium and vitamin D,
Oh, interesting.
even some plant-based milks.
Okay, so it's not just about the milk.
Nope, it's about choices.
Being smart about what you eat.
Exactly, reading those labels.
What about exercise?
Yeah, that's key too.
What's best for bones?
Weight-bearing exercises.
Okay.
Think of things that make your muscles work against gravity.
So like running, dancing,
Absolutely.
just walking around.
Even brisk walking can help, yeah.
Interesting.
And strength training is fantastic too.
For bone health specifically.
It builds bone density, yeah.
How does that work?
Lifting weights,
Uh-huh.
or even using your own body weight for resistance.
Oh, okay.
That can make a big difference.
The article also mentioned mental well-being
Right.
and how stress can impact bone health.
Yeah, it's not something people always connect.
Not an obvious link.
No, but chronic stress.
Yeah.
It can mess with your hormones.
Oh,
And that can actually interfere with bone formation.
wow. So managing stress is important.
Very important, yeah.
They mentioned things like yoga, meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Do those actually help?
Studies show they can reduce cortisol levels,
Which is
the stress hormone.
right.
So by managing that stress,
Uh-huh.
you're helping your bones.
So it's not just physical, it's mental too.
It all plays a part.
It seems like Preventing osteoporosis.
Mhm.
It's got to be a whole body approach.
Exactly, taking care of your whole self.
All right, so what happens if lifestyle changes aren't enough?
Well, there are medical interventions.
Like what?
If you're diagnosed with osteoporosis
Okay.
or you're at high risk,
Right.
your doctor might suggest medication.
Oh,
Things like bisphosphonates.
what?
Bisphosphonates.
Okay, what are those?
They help slow down bone loss
Okay.
and sometimes even increase bone density.
How do they do that?
Well, they basically stop the cells that break down bone.
Ah.
This lets the bone-building cells work better.
Oh, I see.
So overall, you get more bone density.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
It is, yeah.
Medical science is incredible.
Absolutely.
What other options are there?
Hormone replacement therapy can be helpful.
Hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially for women after menopause.
Okay, so this is all good info,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously people should talk to their doctor,
Of course, absolutely.
right? Figure out what's best for them.
Exactly.
Their doctor can assess their risk,
Right.
maybe do some tests.
Things like bone density tests.
Come up with a plan.
A personalized plan. That's key.
So taking charge of your bone health, it's a combination of things,
Yeah.
awareness,
Yeah.
lifestyle choices,
Yep.
and working with your doctor.
It's a team effort.
I like that.
And remember, you're not alone in this.
That's true.
There are resources out there.
So look what?
Support groups,
Okay.
online communities,
Right.
people to connect with, share experiences.
That's so important, just knowing you're not alone.
Exactly. It makes a difference.
Okay, so as we kind of start to wrap things up here,
Right.
what's one key thing you want every woman to know?
About preventing osteoporosis.
Yeah.
It's never too early to start thinking about it.
Oh, really?
Building strong bones when you're younger,
Uh-huh.
that sets you up for a healthier future.
So it's not just something to worry about when you're older.
Nope. Start now. Build that foundation.
This deep dive has been really eye-opening, honestly.
Good. I'm glad.
I learned a lot.
That's great to hear.
Before we go, I want to ask our listener a question.
Okay.
What's one small change
Mm-hmm.
you can make today
Uh-huh.
to support your bone health?
That's a good one.
Yeah, something simple.
It could be adding some leafy greens to your meal or taking a walk after dinner.
Simple things.
Small steps, big impact over time.
I love that it's all about those small steps.
Exactly. It's about investing in your health
And in your future.
for a lifetime of vitality and independence.
Powerful words.
Thank you. So we were talking about taking care of our bone health.
Yeah, and it seems like diet's a big part of it.
It is. It really is.
So besides calcium and vitamin D, are there other things we should be focusing on?
Well, the article didn't go too deep into specifics, but it did mention getting enough protein.
Protein for bones.
Yeah, it plays a role in bone formation.
Huh. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and then making sure you're getting enough of certain minerals,
Like what?
magnesium,
Okay.
phosphorus.
Mhm.
Those are important too.
To have a balanced diet, basically.
Exactly.
Lots of variety.
Yeah, and focusing on whole foods as much as possible.
Right. Fruits, veggies, all that good stuff.
It's the idea.
I think we've all learned a lot today.
Me too. It's been a great conversation.
I agree.
And remember, it's never too late to start taking care of your bones.
So true. You heard it here, folks.
Take charge of your health
Build those strong bones.
for a lifetime of vitality.
and independence. Thanks for joining us in this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
I'll catch you next time.